Okay, hi guys, Robin Lynn here. We are starting off this afternoon talking about how to grow and protect your money for newbies and for expert traders. Even if you have no idea what trading is, you've never traded on the stock market, money markets before, maybe you haven't bought Bitcoin and you have no idea what it even is, you are going to be in for a surprise, even if you are an expert trader and have generated significant income already trading either on the stock market, money markets, or cryptocurrency exchanges. I'm Robin Lynn. I am a part of Unify, working intimately with the executive team, sitting on the VIP council, and working with Mike Klingler, building systems for the cold and warm markets to get this thing rolling here. But I do want to talk today not just about the business opportunity, which offers a generous compensation plan. I'll talk more about that on a future webinar that you guys can bring your leaders to, bring people who are interested in building a business. But today I'm talking about the foundation that has me living off my Bitcoin profits. I've been living off my profits from Bitcoin since January. Back late in December, I decided to stop accepting fiat currency as a way to pay my bills and also to live, because that's what we need to do, right? To generate income in that way, money in some way to do the things we want to do. Not everybody can go off grid completely 100%. So today I'm going to talk to you about this life-changing opportunity that is Unify, that this simple strategy has allowed me to foundationally discover a new way to live off of my profits with Bitcoin. So I'm going to talk to you guys about that. For those of you who may know Mike Klingler, you probably know Mike back in the day. His first launch back when he started a system back, I believe it was 2006, 7, 8, and 9, between that time frame, he had launched a system, Renegade Professional, and in his first day of launch, guys, he generated $1 million. Now that was after, and I don't know if I know he's told some of his clients this, but he got double pneumonia before the launch. And he tells people, if you ask him, he tells you how much it cost him in the struggle to push his physiology, his mental state, his physical state of being. The amount of work that's required to make that kind of money and attract that kind of people as an affiliate marketer, and in Mike's case as an entrepreneur, it was intense. There are a handful, maybe 1 out of 10 million people, Mike is one of them, who's capable of doing that, of pushing through the I can't do it, I think I'm gonna die scenario. Mike was able to push through, and he didn't die, but he learned a lot. And after the launch that he generated the $1 million in the first day, that business model actually went on to make him 8 figures US dollars, because I know some of you guys are located in different parts of the world. So what I want to share with you is that Mike, he was one of the forefathers of online marketing education, teaching people click by click how to use the internet, from people in their 20s, 30s, 40s, and 50s, 60s, and 70s, and even 80s. And when I met Mike, he was writing a book, and I ended up collaborating with him because that's what this world needs more of, collaboration, right? Not competition. So I collaborated with Mike on some projects. We ended up developing several business models together, which is probably how you know Mike and I as a team. So I've, since meeting Mike, have generated 7 figures in sales online, offering my own unique messaging, teaching people how to go on video, connect to their authentic voice, and to make money in alignment with who they really are. Now, you're noticing right now that I'm not reading off a teleprompter. I'm not reading a script. I know a lot of professionals and entrepreneurs, Mike and I have done thousands of webinars where we've led people who just met us on the webinar to pay us thousands of dollars. Maybe one of you or some of you here have actually done that, right? If you have, say hello. So I have a lot of experience on sales calls, cold calls, warm markets, on webinars, making sales, all different ways. But my favorite thing to do, which I learned from Mike, which was attraction marketing, direct marketing, using systems and using my video presence. So a lot of people, and you guys know, that not everybody is capable of doing it. When I started going on video, I did generate significant interest because the nature of my message was so compelling. I was teaching people how to turn their life story into a business, and I was talking about my struggle in my past, jumping around from career to career, not feeling satisfied because I wanted to bring more meaning into my work, and I didn't want to feel like I was collecting a paycheck and basically living inauthentically. It wasn't okay with me, even though I was making good money. So when I met Mike, I wasn't sure where to take my vision, and I ended up, as you guys have seen me over the years, generate millions of views on videos, millions of dollars online using my video presence, and teaching thousands of people over the world how to connect to their own message. And so what Mike and I have shifted into, right? So we've shifted, as Robert Kiyosaki shares, Mike talks about this, we've shifted out of obviously the career job. Mike was never there. I had a career many years ago in the media and publishing and marketing and branding, but when I shifted out of job career, I ended up being a sole proprietor, business owner, as Mike did. Mike ended up generating millions with systems, right? Having leverage and automation, which I moved into, generated millions that way. And then the investor quadrant that Robert Kiyosaki shares is the significant piece, which is the fourth quadrant on the right side on the bottom if you go look at the visuals of Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And the significance here is that if you look at the top 1% of the top 1%, so if you look at the small, tiny population of individuals who are living off of their profits, whether they're real estate moguls, whether they've developed their own unique business model that has turned into a franchise, or whether they're moving into or have moved into becoming an investor and living off their investments, the profits alone. So where their money is making them money, but not only that, right? Because we want to move in, and I'm gonna share with you guys in just a second after I get through this disclaimer on my page here. But I'm gonna share with you in just a second how significant it is to know what these billionaires know about profiting off their profit, but not only profiting, protecting their money. And I'm gonna come back to that. So put a pin in that. Put a pin in that. I'm not reading off a teleprompter. I'm not reading off a script. Mike and I, we have had so much experience in this background, as I shared a moment ago, that we're able to step into this kind of platform. When we see an opportunity, we put ourselves fully in, and we're capable of doing that full time if we believe in it. And so that's what I want to share with those of you here who may not know us yet, who are maybe on the fence because maybe you don't know anything about trading, or maybe you've traded before, but you're buying and hodling your Bitcoin, or maybe you're afraid to get into the Bitcoin crypto thing. So I'm gonna get into that stuff, but I just wanna say that the difference with what we do here in this world, in this paradigm, we don't stick to a script because we follow a structure that we have refined over the years. If you try to provide value in any aspect that you do, whether you have a career, a job, a business, or running a family, you guys know that you can't script out parenting. You can't script out massage therapy for a client, or maybe some of the doctors that you see follow a black and white regimen, but that doesn't always feel good. You go to the doctors and you go to the providers who offer a genuine connection. And so that's what we want to really bring home to you guys today, is that this company of Unify and what we're doing with Unify brings forward a genuine connection. I just spoke to a multi-million income earner at doTERRA just a moment ago who's was at an airport flying to the UK from Vermont, and she's a double diamond income earner, has just done amazing work, overcame cancer several times. And I spoke to her today, and she said, you know, Robin, most people just don't understand the value of relationship building. And so that's really the key, guys, is to understand that you first have to develop a relationship with people if you want to offer value. But I want to get into the details here of the product of Unify, and then I'll come back and circle around to questions you have, and I'll address the compensation plan again in another webinar. So I just want to quickly disclaimer, read this. Obviously, I'm not telling you to invest. I'm not telling you to buy Bitcoin. I'm not a financial advisor. I don't have a financial background, but I've been able to coach, mentor, and educate people around the world how to generate financial well-being as a coach, a consultant, and mentor. And I've shifted now into moving into this company of Unify, and I'll share with you how I've been able to live off my Bitcoin profits. But I do want to share is that over my career, even though I didn't have a financial background, I noticed that in order to move people into a process of paying $10,000 or $20,000 for my services, US dollars, I had to first get them in touch with the value of money. We had to increase their financial IQ to understand the value that they had in themselves, and then obviously the value they were able to receive. And it was a mental thing, and it is something that you have to shift into mentally as a provider of value if you want to generate 6, 7, 8 figures. So I was able to generate 6 figures consistently a month, helping people, obviously offering branding and marketing and business development, and offering a system to teach people how to do that. But the real meat of it, vegan friendly as well, was all about financial awareness. And everything I was teaching, guys, and it's been about 16 years, but for the past 10 specifically, I help people shift into this higher emotional component with generating financial sustainability. And Unify allows me to tap into that at the highest level and bypass all the emotional overwhelm and the emotional coddling that usually is involved if I was selling my own product, or if I was selling something that wasn't literally teaching people how to increase their financial IQ and grow and protect their money. So this hits home for me, and I hope that you feel that way too at the end of this presentation. And if not, reach out and connect to the person who brought you here. So we're not financial advisors. We're not saying to do this. Obviously, with trading and investing, only put in what you're willing to let go of. Obviously, that's with anything, guys. But I want to say here at the end of this, I'll come back, but if you want more, and maybe you're out of time right now, but you want more and you want to connect to me personally, the person who brought you here, reach out to them and they will get you in touch with me, and I'll walk you through my back office. I'll show you what's going on with Unify, how I've been able to live off my profits. Personally, we can have a talk if you need more, if you want that personal connection, or if you're a leader, a marketer, or somebody who has already a team significantly, maybe you've had super success, and maybe you want to grow and lead your team into something completely dynamic and explosive, then I will want to talk to you, especially if you're a leader and a team builder. But if you have personal questions, reach out to the person who brought you here. Obviously, that's going to be a significant step for you to learn more. So we're here to tap into the trends, cryptocurrency, money market, stock market. So it's Bitcoin, altcoins, and stock market. So that's what this company offers, those 2 different industries and marketplaces to be able to grow and protect our money in the crypto and money market industry. So that's huge. We're here to leverage the natural market fluctuation. So what does that mean? It means when your stock that you're following on the stock market is going up, you know when to get in, and when it starts to go down, when to get out, and then when to come back in. Same thing, guys. Same exact thing for the Bitcoin and crypto markets. There's no difference. The market goes up, which is a bull market. The market goes down, which is a bear market. And then the market goes sideways, which is consolidation, where things are at a standstill. And so we are learning in this company, having access to these simple strategies that this company is sharing with us and the signals, how to leverage, how to grow and protect our money while the market is fluctuating up, down, and sideways. Super significant, guys. It's simple, and this is how I've been able to live off Bitcoin since January. Okay, so we're here to grow and protect our money again, newbies, and expert traders. So a lot of the people that have come to me are actually stockbrokers. They've done professional trading for many years on the stock market. They've maybe generated hundreds of thousands of dollars, but they haven't necessarily known how to protect their money or known exactly when to take out profit at the right time, right? There are only a handful of people around the world who know this, except we have been able to, with this company's support, how to tap in to leveraging the changes in the marketplace. And that's what I'm here to share with you guys about. So what I'm going to talk to you about, I'm going to share with you historical data. I'm going to show you guys the buy and hold versus the simple strategy that I'm following. So there's a buy and hold, which is where you, let's say, buy one Bitcoin. You don't have to buy a Bitcoin. You can buy 0.02 of a Bitcoin. But if you buy one Bitcoin, right, then you hold, or hodl as they call it, you hold onto the Bitcoin, meaning you're like expecting it to go up. So a lot of experts out there are saying, okay, hodl your Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is like gold 2.0. So if you have a reserve of like 100 Bitcoin by the end of the year and Bitcoin goes up to 20,000 or 40,000 US dollars and you've held on to it, then you're going to have a lot of value to the one Bitcoin that you have or the 100 Bitcoin that you have. What I'm saying is that rather buying one Bitcoin and holding the Bitcoin, let's say you buy one Bitcoin at 10,000, then it goes down to 4, then it goes up to 20, and then it goes down to 3, and then it goes up to 6, and then down to 5, and then up to 9, and then it stays at 9. What are you gonna do? You've bought and held, right? Now you're down $1,000 after you bought it at 10K. You're like, oh my gosh, I didn't sell it at 20 because it kept going up. I didn't know when to get out. I've been hodling. I can't let go of it now because now I'm at a loss. So here's the deal, guys. I'm gonna just walk you through this. I'm laughing because it's like I was hodling and holding my Bitcoin. Now, I got in, I just want to show you on my screen here on the webinar. I bought my first percentage of Bitcoin. You'll see I bought this was like, I had no idea what Bitcoin was, 0.02036821 of a Bitcoin. So that was that was less than $90. It actually came out to $88.99 of a Bitcoin. Now I bought it, I purchased that on August 24th, 2017 through Coinbase Exchange, August 24th. And so today I went on a site, a Bitcoin price analysis, August 24th, 2017. So what was it at? It was about $4,250. I think at the moment I bought it, it had climbed up to 4,450. So it was around 4,450. You know, it had risen from this 4,250 earlier on in the day of August 24th. I had no idea. I had just heard a lot about it. Mike had heard a lot about it. I just felt compelled to get in the game because of what I was just seeing, feeling, and just kind of sensing. And that was just a personal thing, guys. So I had started trading in the stock market. I made about like $1,200. I didn't trade with a lot, but I think I turned $500 into $1,200. Nothing to really write home about, nothing to really, you know, pay any good bills with either. And actually it's sitting in an IRA that I can't touch until I'm 64 or 55 or something like that. So not much I can do with that money, and it is in fiat, right? So who knows what's going to happen with that money, with that profit. Anyway, So I traded with the stock market. It was extremely stressful. Where in Pacific time US, stock market starts at I think what, like 6 a.m. over in the Eastern time, which is 3 a.m. or 4 a.m. over here. So I just couldn't handle the stress. It was totally chaotic. Whatever was going on with the stock market when I was trading, I had nothing. I didn't want to have anything to do with it. I love being able to make profit, and I love helping people how to do that. But I was like, how can I teach people how to profit in the stock market? I didn't have any background like that. So okay, August 24th, 2017, I bought my first percentage, a little over 0.02 of a Bitcoin here. August 24th, 2017. Now, after I purchased this Bitcoin, a percentage of a Bitcoin, it had gone up. So I bought it around here and I was holding my Bitcoin. So I had a buy and hold strategy like many of you guys do. So what happened, right? Immediately, December 11th of the same year, 2017, recently, it shot up to over $17,000. And I had expected it to keep going up. It dropped down to like 14 and then 11 and kind of maintained 11 for a little while and then went back down to 9,000, and I was scared. I was scared to buy more because it was more than I'd initially bought it for, the 4,550. And I was just intimidated by the volatility of this market. I had no idea what was going on, and I was scared to invest, honestly. So I wanted to learn, okay, how can I generate more Bitcoin? Because obviously, if Bitcoin spiked like this, right, there's millions and millions and millions of people coming in. And the reason why it went down after the spike was because on that day that it dropped and it turned bullish, where it went down, the downward trend was because it went on the futures market, where the big institutional leaders who have 24 million per trade were shorting Bitcoin, and so they were waiting for they were waiting for that. So I didn't know that. I didn't know that was going to happen. I thought the price could have gone up after it hit the futures market. I didn't know that I was supposed to take my profit. I didn't know that. Maybe some of you guys did, but I didn't know that. So the buy and hold didn't work for Mike and I. Obviously didn't work for you guys, and it doesn't work to this day. Today, it doesn't work no matter what you think and how you personally think you're going to buy and sell. I lost because I tried manually trading after this drop. I lost thousands of dollars trading on my own, because I realized, uh-oh, I shouldn't be holding my Bitcoin. I should be selling it and then buying back in on the dips, on the drops. But I didn't know when. I heard about signals, but a lot of people didn't have any good luck. They just, were at a standstill with their money. Nothing was really accumulating in their gains. So I learned the hard way. You guys don't have to right now. We've moved into protecting our profits, and I'm going to share with you guys specifically. So following my slides here, July 13th, again, before Unify Signals, I was buying and hodling and then, trying to manually trade, losing my money. I didn't know when to take a profit, and I didn't know when to get back in. Every time I thought it was dropping, I'd get back in, and then it would drop more, and then I would get out, and then it would go up, and I would lose money. It's kind of like the strategy. It's like fear of loss, right? We get like nervous and like we don't want to lose out, and then we end up losing out because we're manually like, panic button, panic button. So July 13th, just for example, guys, I did a couple trades following the Unify Signals. I was trading with over $9,000. I ended up making over 10,500. So in profit on one trade. So this was like a series of little trades that happened during the day at 7:07 a.m. and then 7:35 p.m. Same day, July 13th of 2018. I ended up generating $1,412, so $1,412.02 US dollars with one trade that I did in that one day, because I was following the signals and I decided to take a profit before the sell came, and I actually just kind of kept shaving off a little bit here, a little bit here, a little bit here, a little bit here, and I ended up being able to, you know, live off the 1412, paying off some good bills with that, and then still having money to trade with, 10,000, you know, about $9,000, which now is over $10,000 because my profit is now profiting because I'm following these signals. I know when to come in, I know when to get out, and then in between that, it gives me the freedom to say, I'm going to take a little profit here. I'm going to take a little profit here. So Unify's tagline, just so you guys know, is real freedom, real simple, and it's for a reason, because these signals and the strategy is super simple, takes me minutes a day to apply. So I'm going to give you some real clear, factual, historical data. These are real results. Real results, real, and they're simple. So these are the live signals. They're live signals and they're daily. Live is where there's a lot of signals happening during the day. It's more for like professional traders or people who are like stay-at-home professionals. They happen more frequently. There's more leverage where you can generate more profit during the year because there's more trades that you're doing. The daily, which I'm going to share with you in just a bit, just after this, is kind of like limited to once a day, maybe twice at the most. So you could be a full-time career person, you could be a family person, you could be traveling, or like me, where you're just on meetings all the time, shooting videos all the time, super busy leading businesses and teams. You just don't have time to sit there, you know, going into Binance or BitMEX trading all day. So for those of you who are busy, the daily signals are more appropriate, but the live signals are very significant. I'm going to show you guys here. These are real results. So the trading strategy results, this was the Unify signal, starting balance of $10,000. The ending balance was $106,979. So the ending balance, this is like a real trading process over January 1st to July 1st, 2018. This is a real result that happened where people were actually, I'm going to show you guys the actual trades that people did to show you the result is real here. So the starting balance, 10 grand in Binance, ending balance, $106,000. The percent gain was 969.79% gain. The winners over all the trades, there were 579 trades here. 86.2% of these signals were winners. So some of the trades were losers where you lost money, but if you're emotionally not very strong with trading, like many of us, right, where we panic, let's say that you got 14% losers in trading and you were like, oh, you know, I'm out, I can't do this, screw that, I'm out. So this is over time. You know, the signals are not perfect, but this is a real snapshot, guys, January 1st to July 1st, 2018, of what you could have generated in profits over this time period. There's a live signal now that just came in. So those of you following live, go check it out. Okay, so the starting balance, you know, this just blows my mind. It just blows my mind. It's insane. It doesn't take that long, January to July, to generate this kind of gain, guys. Now, what we're talking about here is leveraging the market trends, because Bitcoin wasn't always going up, it was going down. But the signals told us when to get in, when to get out. You're making money, you're making Bitcoin, and you're gaining profit, and you're protecting your profit. So this compares to a buy and hold strategy, guys. The starting balance, 10 grand, ending 4,754. Who wants a loss of negative 52.46%? So go ahead and raise your hand down here if you would have preferred, because you got scared and you didn't want to take a risk, who would have preferred between January to July to buy and hold Bitcoin at negative 52%? So just up until recently, July 1st, you turned your 10 grand into 4,754. Yeah, who wants that? Okay, so we're talking about significant growth where you don't have to do a lot of work. I know it sounds like a shiny white unicorn jumping off a rainbow to some of you, because a lot of you are logic driven, you're very analytically driven. I am as well. I need proof. I need proof. This is proof, but I'm also here to share with you that as I shared with you on the previous slide, I've been doing these signals and profiting basically every day because of what these signals can do over time. So I'm not saying that you should do this, obviously, I can't tell you that. What I'm saying is that you need to decide how you are going to generate financial sustainability, or just stop talking about making money and do something else, right? Just like this, to me, is a no-brainer. And it's not pie in the sky. This is a real result. This is a real historical data, real results, guys. Okay, so the daily signals, there's two things here with that. So the daily signals, same time frame, January 1st to July 1st, 2018. Starting balance 10K, ending $14,000, 455. So the percent gain was 44.55% gain. Winners 45%. Number of trades 102. So let's go back for a second. So you see how there were 579 trades in the live signals? That's a lot of trades, and a lot of people don't have time for that. So this daily had 102 trades. So 579 trades and 102 trades. So you turn 10 grand into 14.4. Not too shabby. Now, if you were doing a buy and hold, same strategy, compared again, 4,694, you're at a loss of negative 53%. So not into the buy and hold anymore. I'm not into that anymore. So here's the chart. I've broken this down in a video as well for you guys. Ask your sponsor, person that brought you here, if you want that video. You know, again, during the bull run, things were going up. Lots of people were buy and hold. You know, you could have turned 10K into $52,000, 426.3 profit buying and holding. But that was only during July and December of 2017 during that bull run, if you were buying and holding. But a lot of you didn't take that money out, or you wouldn't have if you had the Bitcoin. Like, I didn't take my money out. I didn't profit. So I ended up losing. But if you were to buy and hold and then get out at the top, you would have generated a 426% gain. But during that same time, if you were following the signals and this strategy, July to December 2017, your percent gain would have been 640%. So you would have turned 10K into $74,000. So 52K compared to 74. So now that was the bull run between July and December. Let's now look at January to April, okay, of this year, 2018. So we're working off of our balance. So the buy and hold, you guys had turned 10K into 52, but at the end of April, your ending balance was $35,000 because you were at a negative 32 if you were buying and holding your Bitcoin. So you turned 10K into 35,000, that's okay, but look at this. Based on the last result, you had $74,000 following the Unify signals from January to April 2018. Your starting balance here, 74K, ending balance 82,844, and that compares again 32 negative to 11 point, it's almost 12% positive gain following the signals versus the buy and hold. So you would have had $82,000, about almost $83,000, compared to $35,000. So I don't know about you, but I would prefer 84,844 compared to 35,000 any day of the week. Simple strategy. And again, the daily signals that I'm showing you this graph here, the daily signals, these happen like once a day or so. They're very, very minimal and easy to apply, so you can have a full-time career, run a family, travel all the time, run a business, and apply these signals in minutes a day. Again, a little bit more when we're talking about the live, because of these, the number of trades are a lot more, so you have to have access to your phone and your trading account more frequently throughout the day. But obviously, $106,000, almost $107,000, that can do a lot of good in the world. That can do a lot of good in the world compared to the 35,000 that you would have had in the buy and hold, or actually in this strategy, the 4,694. All right, so what I want to share with you guys, yes, again, these signals are not perfect, but if you look at all the historical data over time, you'll see that if you've followed or you start following these signals, you can start shaving off the profits, because you're going to have a buy, you're going to have a sell, and in between the signals that Unifi gives us, in between that, it's going up, and you're like, oh, today I want to take off, I'm trading with 10K, I'm going to take $2,000 profit now before the next sell comes in, before it sells, before it tells me to sell. I come in my trading account in Binance, and I'm like, oh, wow, Bitcoin's going up, there's not a sell yet, I think I'm going to shave off a little profit. That's your own decision, guys. You can follow strictly the trades. You can have a little nuance. You can skip a trade and then come back in. If you miss a trade, no big deal. You just get back in on the next buy or the next sell. It's not a big deal. It is simple. It is totally doable, regardless. And one of our members here, Dorit, by the way, she says that she's like negatively tech savvy, and she just made over $230 yesterday, I think it was, following, I think, her first trade, and she took that profit, and so, and she's trading with just a little bit of money, I think 0.05 or 0.01, or a very small amount of Bitcoin, and she was able to generate over $200 in a day with a profit, and she feels really positive, really good, and she's not tech savvy. She doesn't really know how to use the internet well, like a lot of people do, but even if you do, you still may not know when to sell, when to buy in. And regardless of your tech savvy ability and your trading capacity, Unifi offers a financial educational platform for the newbie so that you understand all of this. The gamut is strong and it's foundational, and there's a structure to teach everyone at every level, whether you're an expert or you have no idea what's going on. So really, it's really about protecting your money, guys, because again, when the prices are so shifty, and you're hodling and holding your Bitcoin like I was doing, if I had had these signals, I would have generated so much more money. Mike Klingler would have generated so much more if we did not buy and hold the hodling, if we had known when to take the profit, when to protect our money. So let's just take a really quick look at the trades. I'm just going to breeze by them really fast, and then come back to my slides, and then we'll finish up and I'll go through some questions here. So coming in here, the Unifi trading, obviously, these are past results, just so you guys know. The same trading strategy here that I had that snapshot. But look, okay, so these are the detailed strategy results. They listed it out. This takes a lot of work, guys, to do this. It takes a lot of work. So it's showing you in red all of the times that they were in a negative with the trades, and the greens when they were at a gain. Now, there were a lot of losers here, okay? There were a lot of losers. Now, when we're looking at these results, again, remember 45%, so over half of these trades, because Bitcoin was crashing during this time period, over half, more than half of these trades were losers. But it ended up being a percent gain because of how the gains worked in overall when you were following this strategy. So yes, it does look like a Christmas tree with the reds. Wow, look at all those reds. But the gains were what helped, because you're protecting your money here. Okay, so that was the daily. Let's look at the live here. All right. Okay. So again, this was the live results, 579 trades. This was when you would made potentially $106,979 compared to losing 52% of your money and having less than what you started with. That's depressing. That's sad, because it doesn't have to be that way. There's other options. It doesn't have to be hard. You don't have to work for it. You just have to know what to do, when to do it. So again, these trades, the lives, are a little bit more time consuming, again, because there are a lot more trades going on than the 102 with the daily 579. This is something you need to decide which one you want to follow. Sometimes I come in and do live and let the daily be my stronghold because I don't have time. But sometimes I'll come in and do the live every once in a while when I want to get back in and have more time during the day. So again, this is happening just all over the world, 24/7. Bitcoin never sleeps, which is why I love it. I love it. I completely love it. And if you miss a trade in the middle of the night, we teach you how to do stop losses. So that's fantastic. Okay, so there were a lot of gains. 86.2%. Again, the same time frame in the last ones where there were only 45% wins. This one had 86% because there were more trades involved. So let's look. All of the gains. Again, there were still some losses, guys, right? There were still some losses. It's not perfect, but you can't come in here and micromanage and look and like microscopically look like, oh, today Bitcoin and I lost. Oh my gosh, what's going to happen? Oh no, I'm scared and I'm going to get out. And then the next day your gain is almost 20% because, you know, oh man, you couldn't handle the negative 2% loss. You know, you have to increase your financial IQ. And that's what this company teaches us how to do, and protect our profits, knowing when to get out. It takes the emotional overwhelm out of it, guys. It literally does. And when you're building a business with this, the emotional overwhelm is negated there as well. So it's not just in the trades, but it's in the business model of this infrastructure where the emotional overwhelm, at least for me and my team members, is just insignificant, because my team knows when they access these strategies, they know that they're responsible for their own emotional well-being. They're not relying on me. They're relying on me for other things. And that means I have more energy and time and stamina to do what I'm here to do, to teach people the significance here. So does the signal come with recommended stop loss? Yes, Gustavo, they teach us exactly what to do. They do teach us that, and they share with us how to do it and when to do it. So that's what the company with their subscription service teaches us how to do. It's not just giving us signals and feeding us signals. They give us avenues of knowing how to protect the money as well. So the company also has an arm of giving back where they're giving to initiatives and nonprofits to help the world and to help the unbanked and to help third world countries and people around the world to become financially sustained and well. And I love that arm, the Unify Cares arm of Unify. Aside from making money and profiting and protecting my money, I also am part of the company where we are able to give back and to be part of a company that is heart-centered. That was something I'd always tried to do with my own business. I didn't always attract people who were heart-centered, even though they said they wanted to make a bigger difference. A lot of them came from a victim mindset because they had gone through, you know, struggle and challenge in the past and weren't able to overcome it themselves. You know, and a lot of people were looking to me for that kind of coaching, which at first I did, but you know, it's just not something I wanted to do long term. And so being able to work with people, Ron Monterulli, the CEO of this company, who have him and his wife who are dedicated to having Unify Cares, giving back to the world, to helping the unbanked, to empower people financially. That is the backbone. That's the reason why they created this company. That's the vision and the mission behind this company. And they developed the algorithmic trading capacity and university Prosperity U after deciding they wanted to give back and help the world financially become sustained. So there's a lot of companies out there, most companies out there would never dream of starting off because they wanted to give back to the world, financially become empowered. You know, if you know companies like that that are actually doing that with no matter who the person is, because this product, guys, these products are not only good for those who are retired already, or those of people who are traders already, or like me in their 30s and 40s who want to make more money and help people make money, or entrepreneurs, business builders, stay-at-home moms, networkers, sole proprietors, people who have jobs and careers who want more money, grandparents. It's also for those in high school who may not want to go to college because they kind of can tell that that's really not going to help them. Going in debt like that and getting a degree that isn't really what they want to do. Who really knows what they want to do at 16 and 17? I didn't. When we're looking at, for college graduates, having an ability to understand what the 1% know, of knowing how to manage their funds and resources, to have this education, guys, to be able to teach your kids this, it's insane. And then, of course, for those with 401ks who are semi-retired or retired, it's just all over the board, all different age groups, all backgrounds, whether you or your team members are expert traders, professional traders in the stock market or money market industries, or you got a kid who just graduated college who's like, I don't really know what I want to do. This job isn't really working for me. I want money, and I also want to give back, because a lot of kids these days, the millennial generation, which came after my generation X, but the millennial generation is all about trying to have sustainability. They're more evolved, more conscious, if you guys have recognized that. And so the younger generation is setting the platform, as is AI and the algorithmic protocols now that the blockchain supports, as you guys have probably heard. And Bitcoin is based on the blockchain, for those who don't know. But the whole generational precedence has changed, where kids are coming out now and saying that they want sustainability. They don't want to destroy the planet. I don't know. I've never really met a child who has had a negative feeling about environmentalism. A lot of kids these days are very aware of what's going on because they feel it. And to have this kind of a product for people now in high school and college, and then in their 20s, in their 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, and beyond, it's just unheard of to be able to have an opportunity like this. It's rare. We just launched. The product is going to come out, aside from the crypto with the stock market, aside from the altcoin reports, the penny stock reports, aside from Bitcoin, stock market industry. So there's a lot of opportunity here. This is John Kinnear here in this photo I'm sharing. On the left of the photo, John Kinnear is the CMO of Unifi, Chief Marketing Officer. In the middle, behind me here, is Ron Monterulli, the CEO and mastermind, as is Dave Dewar. Dave and Ron are pals, are buddies. They've known each other for many years and came up with the concept of Unifi and Unifi Cares. Dave Dewar is the mastermind tech behind the infrastructure of Unifi, which and I got to meet these guys. Obviously, that's me here in the middle with the peace sign. I'm part of the VIP Council, and I'm working intimately with the executive team. I was able to meet up in Vancouver, BC, in Canada, recently with our first event when we launched Unifi. Got to meet the leadership team as well, who are amazing collaborators. It's just such an unprecedented opportunity to be a part of this and to be at the top of the food chain, so to speak. But the way that the payment process and the compensation plan and the rewards plan works is that you can have your own team, your own matrix, your own infrastructure with the company, and build such a strong organization within your organization that you don't necessarily have to be at the top of the food chain. You just have to have the awareness to know how to build it as a business if that's what you want. So I just love these guys. I consider them my family. I can't even tell you how many launches Mike and I have done together. Mike has done many more before me. Hundreds of launches, thousands of webinars. I ended up calling my leads, my warm market leads, um, about 200. I counted over my career about 239,000 people that I've called, phone calls that I made, generating millions of dollars in sales, and it's just nothing compares to this kind of ease and effortlessness and freedom. You know, money is a hard conversation to talk about. At least it was for me, in a non-hypey, non-generic way. You know, to feel like just disingenuous when I was trying to help people understand the concept of money and their own value. You know, we take the you out of the equation and we just come right to the point. We cut right to the chase. Generate profit, protect your profit, and help others do that. No emotion involved. It's simple and it creates financial freedom and empowerment. I believe I've been teaching this for so long, guys, and this is the first time I'm able to actually do it in a way that feels freeing. So it's like really in alignment with my values. I believe that if each one of us, each individual person after the age of 16, 17, if we can become self-reliant, financially stable individually, we're going to make the world a more peaceful place. Absolutely. If we're relying on other people or we're getting into relationships, whether it's relying on our parents, our guardians or grandparents, or for some of you, your children you're relying on for financial well-being. Some people have to rely on their spouse, their partner, man or woman, whatever it is. You know, having that codependency is what creates stress. It creates complete disconnect with your own sense of value. And it's what I recognize because I worked with a lot of single moms, women who were in the professional corporate world who are single parents. Corporate women made lots of money, but were so disconnected from their heart, from nature, from their kids, and from, you know, having a good relationship with themselves, but let alone with anyone else. And so, you know, after people get divorced, the story over and over and over that I heard was, I lost my house, I lost the business I had with my husband, I lost hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars, I lost stability, I lost a good relationship with my kids, I lost my sense of self-worth because, you know, I don't really know who I am now aside from what I had for 25 years with my spouse. So, you know, a lot of us don't really recognize what's going on when we are in a codependency because we're relying on other people for support. And so I believe that if you can follow these signals and this strategy, you are going to be capable of having a higher financial IQ, because it's all about financial intelligence here, and having an individual sense of awareness to know how to grow and protect your money, to be self-sufficient, and then to decide what relationships you want, what business partners you want, what business to even invest in. I have, with Mike, invested millions of dollars on projects that never came to fruition because we pulled out because it was so stressful. I invested years of my life trying to help clients succeed, where after those years, I realized they just couldn't do it because they were emotionally incapable of having that sense of value, but also the work ethic that it took to run a successful business. They just couldn't do it sustainably. And I, unfortunately, you know, I couldn't do the videos for them. I couldn't sell their products for them unless I was going to be a partner in their business. But I wasn't willing to do that. And so a lot of people, you know, can't, like Mike did, generate $1 million in their first day of a launch. You know, most people can't do that. Some can, but it takes a certain type of work ethic that most people aren't willing to get to. Most people, as Napoleon Hill in Think and Grow Rich, Mike loves that, Napoleon Hill stated that most people are always 3 feet from gold. You dig and you dig and you dig and you dig, you work and you work, you put all this time and energy, you develop these skills, you're like, I'm gonna get it. Years and years and years go by. And usually by the 4th year, fifth year, sixth year, you're like, ah, it's just, I'm done. I'm never going to get there. And you were 3 feet from gold. It's like, oh, if you were just right there. So I developed success in the industry that I entered into, marketing and branding, online sales, helping people build meaningful businesses and brands using my videos and my own system with my own products and message. I was able to do it because I would go on video, I would mess up, I would cry, nothing would happen, and then I'd go back and I would do it again, and I would take a totally different shift in my message. I would change it up. I would speak to a new audience, or I would take that audience and I would say it in a different way, and I would try it and I would post it and I would share it, and then I would see what would happen, and I didn't stop until I got results, until I got really, really good results. And so a lot of you who are watching me or who've seen me over the years, I've posted, and on Mike Klingler's fan page, Mike Klingler fans on Facebook, you'll see hundreds of thousands, millions of views on our videos, on the videos that I promoted. I just didn't give up because I wanted to perfect in it. I know perfection is not the right word, but I wanted to refine my message so that I could get through to people, so that I could work it out, because it's all about working it out, but it's a lot about failure. It's a lot about making mistakes, but you can't make success happen if you're not willing to make mistakes. And if you made mistakes in the past, you lost money, oh, woe is me, I lost money in Bitcoin, blah, 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 woe is me, I lost money in stock market, woe is me, the stock market crashed, I lost money. Guess what? You don't have to have that happen again when the stock market crashes, as Tony Robbins shared in his amazing book. It's imminent. It will happen again. Are you going to come in, get on the up, make money, and then get out before it crashes again? Or are you going to be one of those people who say, oh man, yeah, I heard about it, but didn't do anything about it because I wasn't sure? You guys, you may be somebody who understands this, but maybe there are people in your lives who just don't get it, and they could if you just help them understand, or if you run a team and lead a team, people who would just love access to this kind of information and the strategy, and in a simple way where they can generate profit and protect their money, and also generate the generous compensation plan, have commissions coming in, getting paid in Bitcoin to share an opportunity like this because you believe in it. I don't sell anything. I offer and share what I believe works because I test it out and I prove it works. I never, ever get into anything until I have gotten results from it that I believe are here to stay. I was in a couple opportunities before that I wasn't sure about. This is a totally different feeling. This is legit, it's compliant. They're based in offices in the UK and in Canada, so they're compliant in the United States and globally. This company just launched. They're here to stay, and we are going to grow. We haven't even tapped in. I haven't even launched any ads yet. I'm about to, so you guys are going to see my videos all over the place. So with that being said, there's just so much here, and it isn't that difficult, guys. I broke down for you the results. I'm here. If you have questions, please ask. If you want more, you want to connect with me personally, I'm happy to do a Zoom call or a Skype session with you, share with you my face, talk to you live personally on a call. Wherever you're located, anywhere in the world, just let me know, or let your team member or your sponsor or the person who brought you here, let them know. If you would like to talk to myself, Mike Klingler, if you're a leader, a marketer, a team builder, and have already generated mega success, I can bring Mike Klingler on the call as well. I can introduce you to John Kinney, our CMO, and Ron Monterulli, CEO, if you have a big team already and you want to hear from the leadership firsthand and actually have a conversation with somebody. I've never had an opportunity like this, again, part of the VIP council with this executive board. I've never had an opportunity like this to tell the company, here is what I think we should do differently, and have them apply it within 24 to 48 hours and actually see in implementation of the skills and successes that I've been able to accomplish for this company, to be able to refine the messaging, or the marketing or the wording in a way, or their emails in a way that I'm like, hey, let's say this. For them to be so humble to apply what I've been sharing over these past couple weeks and the past month is just, it's unheard of. They're a humble, heart-centered organization who's backed by awareness. They have financial backgrounds. They have a solid compensation plan that is generous. There is so much more that we can share with you if you're open to it and if you want real results. So I'm gonna come up here and just see if there are any questions. Obviously, I want you guys, because I know a lot of you here were brought by other team members, right? Because we have quite a few people on our team under Mike and myself, and so I know a lot of you are here brought by your team members who are on our team. So I'm happy to, again, personally connect with you. If you want to reach out to them and schedule some time, I can walk you through my back office. I can show you guys inside my Unify system and show you guys what's going on back there. If you have any other questions, go ahead and let your team members know. And I would be extremely happy to have a conversation with you, especially if you're a leader and you want to build a business with this, or if you have some people who you may want to share this with, or just for yourself, if you really want to understand this and you want to hear from us. This is the real deal. We're here to help you guys understand how significant these results are. So I'll be doing another call to discuss more for those of you who are here because somebody brought you here. Fantastic, wonderful. Be sure to reach out to them and get plugged in. They can share with you their link and you can get signed up immediately. Obviously, if you came here from me, you can reach out to me. And if you don't have anyone on your team, I'd be happy to help you and lead you in the right direction and put you in touch with someone on my team, if not myself. Again, if you're a leader, a marketer, a team builder, someone who has an email list or does live seminars and is building teams, or is really interested in using this product for yourself and potentially offering it to your team, absolutely let me know and I'd be happy to assist you and again show you inside to share with you what I've been able to do. So I am very, very pleased, beyond pleased with Unify. I'm happy to call it my home, and I'm here to really help all of you, to help people all over the world generate financial well-being and sustainability independently and globally, to have that for yourself and then to teach others how to do that as well. So if you have questions, reach out to the person who led you here, or can email me and let me know if you have someone who did bring you here so I can get you in touch with them so that you can sign up under their sign up link. I'm Robin Lynn, guys. Any other questions, email, post, you guys should know where to find me or your guide and your personal sponsor. I'm very excited to sharing more with you over these next few weeks. We'll do more webinars. Bye for now, everyone.